Ivan, what is your message to Xavier this week as he takes over as the starter?
Well, another opportunity to be the guy. Season started and name Ty the starter. And again, as anything, you're a competitor. My room is full of alphas, right? Guys who are all the guy, the man at their school. So took that a little hard, but I understand that. But now it's your time again. Great opportunity. Went to a hostile environment, against a team that was ranked, but again, still a good football team. So for him, again, just play the game, play smart football, take care of the ball, and let things come to you. And again, when it's time comes to make a play, he's make a play like he did last week. So I'm excited for him. Opportunity again is here for him again, but he needs to go out and capitalize on it.
So did you like the way he responded, even though he was not named the starter? Did you feel like he came back more determined than ever? What have you seen out of him in practice since that decision was made?
And just always being prepared. My philosophy is always having two, right? Again, Ty went down a few times this year. Stinger here, ankle there, and X came in for a few plays. But he always staying ready. So that's always been the goal. Kept a great attitude, stayed positive, and just can't work every single day. But again, now he has the keys, so he has to start the car, rev it up, and let's go.
So obviously Ty's injury deflated everyone, and it showed on the field. Do you feel like with a whole week to practice and build a game plan around Xavier that things will look better on Saturday?
That's always the goal. You must want things to look good on Saturday. Against these guys, gonna need to look even better.
Yeah.
So, good football team, very, very physical, very athletic. But again, our game plan is built around what X does best. But, he's going to be able to throw the football effectively. And that's something that spent a lot of time on over summer. He's throwing the football so much better, and we feel a lot more confident in him throwing the football. So we have a good plan, play to his strengths, but also be able to be a threat in the passing game. It's always the main goal.
So you talk about, tailoring the game plan to his strengths without giving away state secrets. I mean, we all know that he is a perimeter threat, more so than Ty. He showed on Saturday once again, like he did against Houston last year, that he has the ability to hit a hole and go and finish. What are some of the things you think Coach Niemann said you'd probably run a little more triple option?
Well, yeah, that's always going to be the plan. But at the same time, we got other good players. We got to get the ball to our B-backs, our A-backs. It's going to need to be a full team effort to win this football game. Passing the football, running the football, everybody has to compete, okay, and have to contribute. So, again, we're going to have a full game plan built around everybody. But, again, take advantage of what X does best. Again, run the football, be effective, but again, have to get the ball to our A-backs and our B-backs and also to our wideouts. So we're going to have a good plan. It's a matter of going in there in a hostile environment and, again, just blocking everything outside and playing our best game of the year.
So there's two plays when he took it outside last week on Saturday when he made a pitch he probably shouldn't have. And, I was talking about this on the pod with Keenan, and Keenan said, you got to get downhill. You got to make that guy commit. But the one pitch on the outside, which probably, he basically threw it to a guy that had the defender was on him, and then, of course, the one that led to a touchdown.
Right.
You talked to him about that?
Always. It's about making good decisions. Making a winning decision is basically seeing what we have called and what they have called and putting the two together and making the best decision in our favor to be successful. So, again, any bad decision, we're going to always address it, and they understand it. The quarterback has to be the catalyst of the offense, and now, again, it's his turn to be that guy, and I expect him to play well and a good chance to win on Saturday.
Can we talk about Maasai Maynor? He's now number 2. He's been here for 4 years. He's kind of been number 3 for a long time. Now it's his chance to step up, and he's one play away, just like Xavier was going into last weekend's game. You feel Masai's ready?
He better be ready. He's a senior. Been pro for 4 years. Been on meeting for 4 years. He understands the offense. Masai's thing's always been taking it from the meeting room to the field. That's where he always struggled. But again, he's been here a lot. I think he understands it. I know he understands. It's just a matter of going out there and playing. And he understands that he is one play away now. So now he's a little bit more, eyes a little bit more, okay, I can be the guy in a split second. So got to get ready. Now it's my job to make sure he's ready to play, as always. And going to get ready to play and go out on Saturday. And him, Maasai and X has to be ready to play. But also rep our young guys, Blake, Horvath's been repping, also Tedros Gleaton. So possibly might see all those guys on Saturday. But again, we'll make sure that we have all our guys ready to play. We got to win this football game. Got to find a way to win it.
So lastly on Maasai, since he's now running the number 2 huddle, have you seen him more focused, more, I mean, like he knows, like he's
Exactly.
taking it to another level?
It's a completely different demeanor, and he understands. You know, again, being the third guy and never expect our starter to get, to go down. But now you're the number 2 guy with, again, a chance to be the number 1 guy. You know, if X goes down, which God forbid, we don't want that. But he has to understand. For him, he has to stay prepared. Okay, owes to this football team to make sure that he's ready to go. His number's called to go in there and give us a chance to win the game.
Now I was going to ask you a little bit about the 2 freshmen. Teddy Gleaton, Coach Nehemiah talked about him on the press conference Monday. Said he likes a lot about what he sees in him. What's your scouting report on Teddy?
They're both good players. Him and Blake. Teddy's physical runner, very physical runner. Those football very, very well. Mechanically, it's a little rusty, but he's getting there. Blake obviously ran it in high school.
I saw he put up big rushing numbers in high school. He's running the option system.
Yeah, so he's a lot more smoother, understands it. But Teddy has all the tools. Just a matter of me. I got to refine him and get him ready.
Right. So at this point, do you kind of bringing those 2 guys along together? Right?
Yes, bring them together. Exactly, bring them along together, and they're responding. Well, they're excited. They're 2 young guys who have a lot of confidence in themselves and their abilities, and you want that. Again, they're alphas. So get them ready to play. If their number's called, they got to go in and produce.
So from what you're seeing of these 2 young guys, you feel the future's bright at the position here?
I think it is, and also with the classes coming in, the future looks bright.
You've been waiting your whole career for an opportunity. You're now 1 play away. Can you talk about what this means to you and the fact that you're now in a much more prominent role?
Yes, it's definitely a big opportunity, but I try not to make it bigger than it is. I don't want to overwhelm myself, being that this is an opportunity for me to play. I just have to basically take it how I've always been taking it, always be ready, always be next man up, like Coach Jasper says. So I'm just taking everything like I've always taken it, just making sure I know my keys, know my tips and reminders, like Coach Jasper says, and just going full throttle every practice.
I imagine after 4 years, you've been in that meeting room, you've been on the sidelines. I would have to imagine you're ready for the moment if it comes.
Yes, sir. I'm definitely ready for the moment, but I still have a lot to work on throughout practice and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to get the fine details that Coach Jasper keeps telling me I have to do, as well as Coach Ken.
So now running the number 2 huddle, Coach just told me that Coach Jasper said that he sees a different demeanor. You're more intense, you're focused. I mean, you got to be, right?
Yes, sir. You definitely have to be. I mean, it's on now. So
They'll fry
anything,
you if you make a mistake.
yeah, definitely. I mean, everything is on us, and we just have to basically let the team know that we could take over. Ty had a season-ending injury, which is really sad for the team, but we have to kind of keep the ball rolling. We can't let it be known that, that the starting quarterback went down. We just have to pick the chips up where they fell. So we're ready.
Coach Jasper has always said you're a talented quarterback. He said the one thing is being able to carry it from the meeting room where you know the answers and you do chart it out right, etc.
Yes, sir.
But bringing it to the field. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, that's definitely been a struggle for me the past 4 years, but I've been trying my best just to make it to where it goes to the meeting room, to the actual football field, and that just comes with reps, basically, and that also comes with just me going on my own and going through each defense, what they can do, what they can't do. So certain things like that. It's just mostly certain things that will come with time. So I feel like I'm there.
So we have, in the limited time we've seen you in games, you have a nice throwing arm. You throw a nice ball. I mean, how much better do you think you're getting at running the option?
Definitely better, because even when I wasn't getting in at the beginning of the season, I would always get a few reps in. Coach Jasper and Coach Ken would make sure I get a few reps. So I don't feel like I was ever missing out in anything. I feel like I was always getting reps and always getting a chance to perfect my craft as far as the option is concerned.
So now, obviously, I mean, just as Xavier was for Ty, now you need to be there for Xavier to support him. As a starter, you're going to be on the sideline with the headset on, and you got to talk to him when he comes off the field and tell him what you're seeing. Can you talk about that supporting role?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've also been playing that supporting role with Ty as well as X. I mean, nothing really changes as far as the dynamics of the quarterback room. We're all looking at it as if we're 1 play away from getting an opportunity, and we need to be ready, but we also need to be in a supporting role for the starting guys. So I don't really see a difference between me being supportive with Ty or me being supportive with X. It's kind of just the same thing, just being there for them. If they don't see anything, see what I see or something like that. So.
Where do you feel you've grown the most as a quarterback over the past 2 years?
Definitely where I've grown the most is probably where I struggled the most with actually translating it from the football locker room to the actual field, and seeing the defenses better and seeing what checks I have to put us in, because the only way we win games is by being in the right play.
Teddy, tell us a little bit about learning the option. I mean, you played at North Point High in Waldorf. I seem to recall you ran more of a pro set or a spread. Tell us what you ran in high school and how adjusting to running the triple option has been for you.
I would just say the triple option is a lot quicker and faster reads. So it's like you can't sit back there and let things develop. You got to be on your toes and paying attention at all times and take your pre-snap and post-snap reads. And just say the reads happen a lot quicker than I did in high school.
So now, were you able to play games at the prep school last season? I'm not sure if COVID, 2 years ago, they were not able to. Did you get some games in?
So, yeah, we got at least, I think, 4 games. A lot of them got canceled due to teams not being vaccinated, but we did get four games in last year.
Did you feel you made progress with the prep school coaches teaching the option, the mechanics of being an option quarterback?
Absolutely. Like, I went in there not knowing a thing about option quarterback, sitting down with the coaches, and they taking their time and like develop me to be the option quarterback. It definitely helped.
And so now this season you've been running the scout team, and I've actually noticed you a couple times when you've actually done some good things against the starting defense. And does that help running the scout team? I mean, you're not running option, but does it at least get you prepared for the speed of the game when you're going against the starting defense?
Definitely,
going full speed?
Definitely, especially when linebackers, they're not lightening up on you, they're giving you a good thud, and just the speed of the game overall helps you. Like the DNs rushing upfield, running away from them, the speed of the game definitely helps me over there at scout.
And how many JV games? Coach mentioned that you and Blake have had opportunity to take snaps in JV games. How many have you played, and have those helped you?
We played 4 games, and those definitely helped me getting back into the groove of the triple option. You know, we run spread all week on scout, but on Fridays we get under center and run the triple, so that definitely helped me move my footwork and everything into the triple.
Have you been able to break some runs, maybe score a touchdown?
Yes, sir. I had a couple runs, a couple passing touchdowns.
Okay. What we heard that you have a big arm. I mean, you throw a nice ball. I mean, obviously that's a lot of what you did, and I think one of your favorite targets at North Point was Croy Myers,
yes,
was it
sir.
not?
Yes, sir. That was my buddy right there.
Was it hard that he came direct and you went to the prep school and you're separated for a year?
It wasn't really hard. We haven't missed a step because when he came home, we were still out on the field running routes, so we still never lost that connection.
Right. But obviously passing is important, but it's not the number one thing here, so you got to make sure you're a runner first.
Yes, sir. That's what my main focus is right now, is shifting into running the ball. In high school, I ran the ball, but it wasn't an option. It was like, oh, nobody's open, I'm running the ball. But now it's me, like I'm a running back, running the ball out there.
Right, and you're starting to feel more comfortable?
Yes, sir, way more comfortable.
So going over here to the varsity field, and I know that the top 2 guys get most of the reps, but the reason you're over there is to learn, to see what's going on, to hear what the coaches are saying. I know it's only been a couple days, but has it been eye-opening?
Yes, it definitely is. In the reps that I get, I'm getting used to making my reads, especially the post-snap and pre-snap reads, and identifying defenses and stuff like that.
So have you been in the quarterback room the whole time? I don't know how it works for scouts.
So we go to meetings during lunch basically, but sometimes we have scout meetings, so we go there. But me and Blake have been alternating being up during the week. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And obviously, tell us a little bit about Blake, because he's a guy that did run an option offense in high school. He had big rushing numbers, so imagine he feels pretty comfortable.
Yeah, and I feed off of him, and I learn from him from what he did in high school, and it's just like a back and forth because I help him with throwing sometimes, and we just go back and forth, and he's helping me a great deal learning the option.
What can we know about your skill sets? Fans don't know too much about you.
Okay, so I'm a physical runner. I would say I love contact. Like, I'm not shy away from contact, and I can throw the ball. That's the main thing. And right now I'm focusing on getting the reads down and everything, but I love contact because in high school I did play defense, but I love contact.
Were you a safety?
I was safety at North Point, yes, sir.
And do you feel that on the perimeter element you have the speed to make something happen out there?
Yes, sir, of course.
I have a few more. Every time I see you in warm-ups, you can sling it. What do you love about throwing the ball so much? For me as a quarterback, I feel like our job is to make plays and getting the ball into the playmaker hands. And I feel like me throwing the ball, I can get the ball into the playmaker hands faster. And how beneficial has it been to dress for home games and be on the sidelines and to, as Coach said, have your ear in on the calls?
So it's definitely helped a lot, so I can hear and understand what's going on the sideline if I was to get in the game and play. Just hearing the plays and everything, it helps a lot.